Hi guys, it's Carla Spatz, and I am presenting the outline that I created for Chapter 1 of our observation and assessment class. The definition of assessment, taken from our text, refers to almost any form of measurement and appraisal of what children know and can do, including tests, observations, interviews, reports from other knowledgeable sources, and other means. It was very interesting to find out about all the different types of assessment. I have them listed in my outline as classroom assessments, alternative assessments, informal and formal assessments, performance or authentic, formative and summative, curriculum-based, and curriculum-embedded. And I thought the curriculum-based was, it went with the module that we worked on this week. And I was glad that those two components tied in together very well and helped expand the understanding of what was in Chapter 1. There are high expectations for the use of assessments by teachers in early childhood education. I know in the education courses I've taken thus far, that's been something that I just feel like I haven't known what I need to know. And so I'm excited to find out about all of the different types of assessments, the curriculum or the criteria associated around assessing students. So teachers are expected to have professional accountability. Those standards usually involve standardized test scores. Teachers are expected to assess students continually and stand ready to report the data to other partners in education of the students, so like the parents, any IEP participants. Teachers need a broad general knowledge of how assessments work and are used in other states. I found that very interesting. As I continue on in the educator process, I am just astounded at how much information we're supposed to know on a regular basis. And the text referred to teachers needing to understand when a student relocates to their class, what kind of assessments they were given in the state that they came from or the location that they came from. So it just adds to the greater responsibility for the teacher. There are main factors of current professional practice for a teacher's responsibility to use assessment. There's the required testing and assessments. You need to take diversity into account, child development and learning concepts, effective incorporation of assessment, and challenges associated with standardized testing. So it's our responsibility as educators to know exactly what's required of us, what our students are going to be assessed on, to have a good understanding and grasp of diversity or lack of diversity in an assessment. We need to understand, have a good grasp of child development and the learning concepts that are being assessed. Effective incorporation of assessment. So when do we assess? And I know that comes up in Chapter 3, but just learning how to use assessment effectively. Because as we all know that as teachers we don't have tons of time. And I already gave you the definition of assessment. Formative assessments are used for learning. So it's to kind of see where a student is. It's kind of like the progress-based monitoring that we participated with in the module this week. But it's for learning. It's to understand what have they learned, what else do they need to learn, and how can we adapt our learning or our lesson plans to accommodate that. Summative is have they learned, like a year-end thing, or maybe it's a test. It's a unit test. It's what have they learned? Did they get to the learning objective that we set for them? Did they understand the information that we hoped that they understood? And then progress monitoring, we already talked about the curriculum-based monitoring, the type of assessment that's ongoing. So the formative, summative, and the progress monitoring are kind of like the trends, what I saw as the trends in the chapter. And then how to incorporate it into professional practice. I think that I've woven kind of those ideas in as I've presented the outline. So this is my first time with the chapter artifact, so I hope I did this correctly, and I hope it's not too long, because I'm going to do the next thing. I'm going to do chapter 3 here in a second. But anyway, thank you very much. Have a good one.